And hello, good morning, hi everybody. How are you? Welcome to my show this morning. It's Stock Markets with Bruce. That's the name of this YouTube channel, and I am Uncle Bruce. And I am behind my normal start time by about 15, 20 minutes, 17 minutes. And I have a very good reason for it. Forgot to set the alarm on my phone properly, and woke up much later than usual, and so kind of behind the mark. But I'm here. I'm alive and well, and I've got my coffee going, and I'll be sucking on this all short during the show because I haven't had enough caffeine in my system yet to be fully with it. How's it going? I'm sure we all have these days. Welcome one and all to the to the program. We're positive this morning. We are positive this morning, but not a lot. The Nasdaq is up 51 points, and that works out to 0.25%. The S&P is up 20 points, and that's a little over 1/3 of a percentage point. And the Dow leading the pack, up 0.5 percentage point, up about 192, around 200 points. Oil today is up 13 cents, 59.20 on oil. So it's trying to get away from the 55, 56 area back to the 59.60 area, and don't know if that'll hold. And then gold is off $24, but it has had a nice run lately. We're at $3,397, about $100 short of the high, all-time high of gold. So that is that. Interestingly, gold is down this morning while India and Pakistan are having a little set to with jet fighters and anti-aircraft missiles and tourists being murdered in the Kashmir and the usual crap in between India and Pakistan going on. And hey, I know it's personal to them. It's very personal to each country, just like it's incredibly personal in the Gaza and in Israel and in the Mideast. And the rest of us in the wide world just cannot believe how when you squeeze people together in a very tight area, you get these wars. And, in the old days, way back when, in the 1400s, the 1500s, London had its territories, the city of London, and you had, certain areas of the city you did or did not go. In the 1700s in New York and 1800s in New York, there were certain neighborhoods in New York you did not go or were careful to be seen in because territorial, and the various ethnicities at it in Manhattan, on the island of Manhattan, or the Bronx and the Queens, and and it used to be you would have very strong people protecting your turf. Then it would be handguns protecting your turf, armed people. And now in this modern world in which we live, you have problems between one group of people on a spit of land here and another group of people here, and they are going at it with jet fighters, missile launchers, anti-aircraft missile launchers, rocket-propelled grenades. Mankind's ability to kill each other is, bar none, the most impressive thing that mankind is famous for. How it is expert in figuring out ways to kill each other. It's incredible how good we are at it. Ukrainian territory, the Russians losing 27 soldiers per kilometer, or whatever that number is. Hundreds of thousands of Russians killed or injured or maimed or forever psychologically ruined. For what? For what? For nothing. In the big picture of things, for jack squat. Welcome to the world. And if you get caught up in it, you get caught up in it. I feel sorry for anyone who's personally involved in any of this. I just feel sorry for these people. And I count my lucky stars that I am not a resident of these areas. I'm not from these areas. I'm not descendant of these areas. And so I don't have to take it personally as a family issue. It's unbelievable. In 2025, the world of 2025, where everyone on the planet can have one of these just about now. Even in the third world, you can get your hands on these, on a version of this. The entire world's information is available at your beck and call if only your government would let you have it. And therein lies the problem. If you're in Russia and you have one of those, you have to use VPN services and sneaky workarounds to be able to find out what the rest of the world is saying about what the rest of the world is doing, because your government feels that you don't need to know that information. China, the restrictions on Chinese, I can't believe 1.1 billion people allow themselves to be slaves. I am amazed at the propaganda machine, how that actually works. India, 1.4 billion now, or whatever it's going to be. Pakistan at, I don't know, 500 million. The numbers are just insane over there. Again, I don't know the exact numbers. The world has so much going for it, and yet the world cannot get its act together. Hasn't changed since whenever. Once in a while, I'm just drifting today. Once in a while, I'll think about what era in my lifetime would I have wanted to be the age I am now, or in the prime of my life. What I mean by that is, and I'm a fan of history, and I'm a real fan of television history. In other words, history from 1950 forward, where television really came into its own. And I love watching YouTube clips of shows from way back when. One of which I love to watch is What's My Line, where you're trying to figure out, the panel's trying to figure out what do you do for a living. And occasionally they'll have a mystery guest that'll be a star, a Hollywood star, television actor, movie actor. And of course the panel has to be blindfolded, because if you see them, you know exactly who this is. And the person who's trying not to be guessed is changing their voice to try to hide their identity. And of course, here come the questions to try to ferret out who is that over there. But I wonder, 1957, would it have been a great time to be an adult in your mid-30s in 1957 versus 2025? If you would have been 30, 35 years old, a university graduate, by that point in time, the war was over 12 years ago. You came out of the military, GI Bill, university grad, and you were in the United States or Canada or the UK, Europe. Post-war, what would life have been like? My parents were of that age in 1957. Of course, my father was born, he would have been 28 at that point in time. So what was life like for my father? He was not a university graduate, never went to college, never had that opportunity. The war certainly wasn't going to make that happen. And in the society that he grew up in, no way would he have ever been in college. And many of you out there who have grandparents or parents from that era will know, oh yeah, my dad didn't go to college. My grandfather, no one in our family went to post-secondary education. Are you out of your mind? Can you imagine graduating with a business degree or a master's degree in 1957? What would your life have been like economically and socially to see the world advanced to that point in time? Because the next 12 years, from 57 to 69, man would land on the moon. If you believe in that stuff, I do. Anyway, I do wonder about, is this a better time to be alive as a 35-year-old, 30-year-old, or would it have been 1957? And I'm just using that as just a generic comment, question. Here we are today in 2025 with the entire world at our fingertips. We can travel the world on aircraft almost everywhere. If you have the right passport from the right country, boy, can you go almost everywhere. And you can go to a bank machine anywhere and get cash out. You can do electronic banking now. You can stay in a Hilton hotel almost anywhere in the world. A Marriott almost anywhere in the world. You can talk to people. You can talk to your family back home while you're traveling, if you're traveling on business. If you're a nomad, you're an option writer, and you're traveling the world to see the planet in your own terms, at your own pace, you can write options from anywhere in the world on your device and be richer when you get home than before you left. Wow. A lot to be said about 2025. There really is. Now, of course, if you were a 1957 graduate, you only knew the world up to 1957. You have no idea what the world was going to bring you going forward necessarily until you lived it. Now, if you're a time traveler and you have a flux capacitor in your car and you go back in time and you land in 1957, well, let's welcome Back to the Future fans from 1955 when Marty McFly landed in 1955, November the 10th. 1955. Was that the date? November the 10th, 1955, the first time? Anyway, I'm just curious. Welcome all to the program. What's a rerun, by the way? 1957. What's a rerun? Deep Value was first. Cutting Edge is here. Welcome. Number 2 today. Thank you all. Richard Carlin is here. So is Andrea. Buongiorno. Bobby and Steven is here. Big E, Susan Shops, Mark C. How's it going, guys? Stock Jockey, Bobby Atkinson, welcome all. Rice Checks, Charlie, Eddie, Fano Fairplanes, how's it going, everyone? CKT, Crazy 49er. Charlie, markets look green today after yesterday's red. I'm looking at another triple Q put credit spread this morning, maybe a 476, 478. Excuse me. Is that a good idea, we wonder? Is it a good idea to be involved in credit spreads that expire today, knowing a couple of things? By the way, we're at 483 on the triple Q. So right now with that trade there, you're behind the market. Question is, are you safe? Because guess what's going to happen later today? The Federal Reserve Chairman, Mr. Powell, is going to have a news conference at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, 2 hours before we close. And what will happen with the market today is the Federal Reserve going to change rates today. The market doesn't think so. What will he talk about, though, going forward? Will he hint that rate drops are coming, which could make the market go crazy high? Or could he put cold water on any thoughts of lower interest rates at all? And that could make the markets plummet this afternoon, putting Charlie in trouble with this credit spread, which is only about $5 some odd out of the market. That is the question. You may want to wait to do your credit spread until after he starts speaking. That might be the thing to do. The Big E, is this thing on? Be the Casino, you might want to wait until after Powell speaks today before writing anything. There might be a big swing one way or the other. We did talk about this on the Trade Alert show as well for Gold Bagel members this morning. If you're a Gold Bagel member, you already know the answer to this question. Charlie, Jay Powell speaking at 2. Doug, technical difficulties. Oh, Bruce. Chase, Rosita Parker is here and is the 38th thumbs up today. Welcome, Chase, Rosita Parker. Amy J is here. Jared is here. Good morning, sunny Cincinnati. Let's go, casino owners. Hector is here. Bobby Atkinson is here. Not your normal traders going, hey, Bobby, the old forget to set the alarm. Yeah, the old. That didn't work in high school either, buddy. What's your reason for not being here on time today? Giddy up, kids. Stock Jockey says the man. The AP says China will begin trade talks with the US of A. James, good morning, everybody. Lucky 54. Hector, Uncle Bruce is telling us he cannot get enough sleep to feel rested. Cutting Edge, good morning, Bruce, and everyone else. Let's hope for a green day today. Jacob Me is here. Luring ALA is here. Michael is in the house. Not your normal trader. Jeff, this one is complicated by both countries having nuclear bombs, the Pakistan-India thing. And when our leader was asked about it yesterday, he was clueless. There you go. The man, Ford broke the silence. Cost of vehicles were up about $480 on average. Fix or repair daily Ford. There you go. Splitter, good morning, y'all. Stock Jockey, my favorite Martian. I love that show. Lee Mortimer, number 64. Good morning, everyone. The man says that Ford says they will spend $2.5 billion increase because of tariffs, and they will eat $1.5 billion and pass on $1 billion. Well, we'll see how this plays out, because when parts and vehicles move out from Ford, they go to dealers. Dealers mark up from there. That's when the consumer gets the final price. So we'll see. We'll We'll find out. We'll all know. It won't take long. Bobby, being 30 years old in 1950 would be the bee's knees. Kilo Dre Ford found on the road dead. Oh, the jokes are coming out about Fords. Anyway, Murray, good morning, everybody from Tokyo. Bruce and I would love to go back to Japan in the late 1980s. The bubble boom economy with an electric, can-do energy. Love Japan now, but it is such a different place. I'm sure it has changed dramatically. Number 47 today. Hello there. Jay Gill is saying hello, giving us a thumbs up. Jeff Glass, it's pretty easy to romanticize the past. It is. I do recall, I do remember days gone by as a younger gentleman. I certainly remember the mid-'60s. Those were interesting times. And now with age and maturity and experience behind me, seeing my father's world, understanding my father's world of 1965 was being very revealing to me. It took me until about 2000 to understand fully, when I finally hit my 40s and 50s, to understand what his world was like in 65 when he was 36 years old and he was making $25,000 a year after expenses as a traveling salesman in his car, traveling Ontario, the province of Ontario, which is a huge area, bigger than Texas, as a wholesale musical instruments salesman. He would visit music stores, which are all mom and pops. Every music store was a mom and pop music store in every town and city that had one. And he would visit music store owners, and he would come in with his catalog of product to see if they would like to buy some product. And at that time in 1965, business was good because there had been 4 young lads from Liverpool that appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show the previous April in 64 that upset the entire apple cart when it came to music, popular music. And every 14 to 18-year-old young boy wanted to be a Beatle or a Rolling Stone or an Animal or whatever the group name was. And the demand for electric guitars and drums and amplifiers and microphones, tambourines and bongos was unbelievable, and my father sold them all. He represented them all from a company that imported them from Japan, and that's why Japan has such an allure to me. He was working for a company, it was the first company to import musical instruments from Japan, the first in North America. And so my father had a huge head start on all of his competitors who were also instrument salesmen. Hey, we got a mower passing by this morning. In any event, my father made $25,000 a year for several years in a row when his house was worth $12,000. He bought a brand new house for $12,000. Brand new house for $12,000. And he was making $25,000 a year at that time. So think about that. The house today that he bought, still standing. It's been modified, of course, but that house today as a new house would be $500,000. So in perspective, he was making $1 million a year as a traveling salesman selling instruments wholesale. Oh, were those good days? Yeah, those are good days. You put that into a perspective, you go, my God, he didn't have a cell phone. He didn't have a computer. He had a Rolodex. He used a telephone, and he drove. My God, did he make money? Oh, my goodness. Anyway, there you go. Lee Mortimer, help Bruce. I wrote my first call credit spread on Meta last week, on Meta, 605-610, when the price was about $550. Something tells me that the price of Meta has changed on you, and you haven't done a rollover or anything like that. This is my hunch. You know, if you're putting me on the spot here, 587 was where we closed last night, and you've written 605-610s. There you are. What to do. This morning, Meta is sitting at 590, up 307 at the moment. So 590 is where we're at, and you have 605-610 calls. So you're still ahead of the market. They die, I don't know when. And let's see, Stock Jockey, welcome to the party, pal. Lee Mortimer, a mistake, didn't check earnings. Should I cut my losses expiry this Friday? Okay, so you have calls written at 605, 610, and the stock is still under your price. They die on Friday. I would have a suspicion that your contracts are going to be shrinking out dramatically today, being the Wednesday. I mean, they die the day after tomorrow. If we have a dip today in the market, I mean, Meta's up $3 this morning. It was down $12 yesterday, so it did you a solid favor yesterday. I've got to think that your contracts are working in your direction right now. I'm going to double check here the last 5 days. Oh yeah, you've been grinding it out here. On the Friday, you were at the 599, 600 level, 601 level. So you were really grinding on Friday last week. But then Monday, yes, just Monday we're in the 599, 600 level, and yesterday you came down here to the 589, 590 level. So you're okay as far as your contracts are concerned. They should be dying out on you, and they will by the hour. You may not have to do anything. You may be able to get out of this trade, at least break even, if not make money, if we see time depreciation come your way. Lee, you're gonna have to keep us posted on that. The man, there's a legitimate argument for holding rates and cutting rates. Larry, good morning, everybody. I'm the 74th thumbs up this morning. Thank you for these thumbs ups, kids. Andre Delatorre, good morning. Bruce and everybody. Lee Mortimer, they expire this Friday. And AOD, I love you, Uncle Bruce. Welcome to the party, pal. Get this man a bagel. Thank you. Robert, number 80, thumbs up for Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Good morning, everybody from Stock Market with Bruce. Keith, just truth. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Okay, well, that spread is an out of the money spread right now. Theoretically, I mean, look, if the stock's up $4 or $5 to $5.95 and you're still 10 out of the money and they die Friday, there's not a lot of hope for those contracts to be worth a lot of dough. They really, I mean, they're gonna collapse in value here. I'm not sure what the again, I don't know your numbers. You haven't shared that with the class, so I am clueless as to your actual figures and your actual situation there. But at 588.72, the stock is not in the money. Your options are not in the money. They're out of the money. They did get to 592 earlier this morning. Now we're at 589, and so you're a bit of a ways out of the money on those contracts. And so, I would just be folding my arms and watching the morning go by. If we find that this afternoon the markets have a slump and your stock drops $5 or $10 more, your contracts are going to die this afternoon. I mean, they're just going to collapse. Your spread has got to be coming down to zero, and you'll be profiting. You can probably put in a stink bid and buy them at a nice cheap price. I would have to think you can do a closeout as a win as this goes on. As always, Uncle Bruce, thank you. And then there's tomorrow. You've got all day tomorrow as well. So you have to decide how to play it. Now, if you get out today with a little bit of a profit, let's say you make 20% profit on your trade, the overall credit you got, you get to keep 20% of it because you closed it out. You may want to create a new credit spread for next Friday or for next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if that's what you want to do. Higher up, obviously, further away from not giving you, as you did originally. You purposely wrote, when the stock was 550, you wrote the 605 10s. That's the way it's supposed to be. Well, maybe now you're going to write 650s, 40s, 50s, 45, 55s, 50s, 60s, something up there. But in the meantime, like you're saying right here, the hardest part right now, today is the day you fold your arms, this session right here. Because this is where a huge hit is going to be held taken by these buyers of these contracts. These contracts are running out of time. That's the kryptonite here, which is working for you. Absolutely. So yeah, let's see. I thought it was safe, and then the earnings came out. Yeah, well, you are safe. Your $50 spread was well done, um, well ahead of the stock. You're daring the stock to come up to levels that it hasn't been at in quite some time to make you very uncomfortable. Now, look, you never did offer contracts at all-time highs where the stock was at 740. We know that's the high for the stock for the last 6 months. And it was up in that 700 range on the 14th of February. I mean, wow, 14th of February, 740. Right now, 589, and the earnings were fantastic. Think about that. The stock obviously hit a low of 484 range in around the 21st of April. So wow, right, from 740 to 480, in less than a couple months. We're talking volatility. Now 589. Now, again, between today, as the minutes tick away here, and tomorrow morning the minutes tick away, you may be out of this trade this afternoon. You may be out of this trade tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. And if the market backs off, for any reason, the market starts to back down, the whole market, including Meta. What if Meta is $5.50 a share Friday morning? You might sit back and go, I don't have to buy these back. But I'd recommend you take them out of there at a nickel. Get out of there and take most of that credit. And then take a look at their next trade, perhaps Monday morning. So, yeah, well, I hope to say to you, well done. Lee Mortimer is appreciative here. John T., I solved my pattern day trader with these 0 day to expiries. I now have 2 brokerage accounts. It is such a silly regulation. It is. It's a regulation that is negative to individuals and very positive to institutions. Yeah, it's crazy. Mandu number 5, 85 thumbs up. Bruce, I'm the number 85 thumbs up. Thank you. The man, John T., what broker do you use? There's a good question. By the way, I have a poll question up today, and thank you again for the thumbs ups this morning. The thumbs up meter now is showing 87. Thank you for helping us out on this belated starting day. The question of the day is the stock options that I write the most. What are they? Are you writing covered calls, cash secured puts, or credit spreads? What do you do the most of? Right now, covered calls, 37%. That would certainly explain all retirement accounts that are here. Cash secured puts, 51%, 50% right there. And that's an excellent strategy. And then credit spreads, 13%. And that is up and coming. That is a number that is rising here on this channel. If I were to have said 0 days to expiry, but left it open, where I would have said to you, well, what options do you like to play with the most? If I were a channel that was not dedicated to option writers, but just option gamblers, and then I put out that question, I play these contracts. I play I play call contracts, I play put contracts, and I play credit spreads, or I play 0 days to expiry contracts. That number would be much higher than 13%, because the gamblers out there, the folks who are risking every nickel they have to their name and are willing to lose their entire stake in a trade, are the 0 day to expiry gamblers that are trying to buy Qs or SPYs today that expire tonight, and they're going to try to gamble on the market swings intraday. That's what they're doing. They're trying to figure out, well, the Dow's up 147 right now, and the NASDAQ is up 27 points. If the NASDAQ goes up 60 points, I'll sell my calls that I just bought this morning because I'm going to be making money. And then I'll buy puts instead, and maybe it'll come down. And when Powell speaks, there could be such volatility that I can trade. And they're hoping to be right every single time. Whereas my viewers are going to go, you guys can play that game all you want. I'm going to play another game. That is out of the money contracts, calls and puts, or credit spreads. And they die tonight. One way or the other, they expire. And they're either in the money or they're out of the money. And my game is out of the money contracts, where I will win 80, 90, 95% of my trade. I might buy them back at the end for a couple pennies and say, thank you, sir. May I have another? That's what my viewers do around here, for the most part. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Thank you for answering the poll question today. Thank you for these thumbs ups. Much appreciated. Okay, let's go. Let's see here. Lee, read they were adding Mondays and Wednesday expiring days on big stocks like Tesla and Meta. Yeah, I think the Magnificent Sevens might be the first candidates to be added to daily option expiry strategies. So like Monday, Wednesday, Friday expiries instead of just Friday expiries. And I welcome that for you, you viewers of my channel, because a lot of you out here are going to go, oh, this is great. I'm writing contracts now on Tesla that die every Friday. I'm already doing weeklies. I would love to be able to do dailies. If I can do Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays on Tesla and or on Google or Apple or Facebook or any of the Magnificent Sevens, this would be super. NVIDIA contracts, can you imagine how many are going to trade? 8 billion of them, a gazillion are going to trade. There are going to be some real opportunities for you to make money in this market. But the catch for all of you is, if you don't know how credit spreads work and you don't understand how options work, you're going to get slaughtered. You better understand the psychology of these markets. And the only bit of good news I can give you is I have 18 lessons on my website that you can go after and learn how to be an option writer, not an option gambler. I'll tell you this, if you take my lessons and you learn as much as you can from them with respect to how to be an option writer, indirectly, you're going to become much more wiser on how to be an option buyer. Because if you understand the sell side of writing options, you are going to learn a lot about the buy side of those who are buying options. And you're going to quickly figure out, well, yeah, Bruce, I've got 1,000 shares of GameStop, and I'm writing covered calls on these nicely. I write weekly or monthly covered calls on my GameStop for added income. But I note that if the shares have a bad week and they go down $4 or $5 a share, I'm buying back my calls that I wrote for a much higher price at a cheaper price, and I'm not going to write another set of those calls on the shares. But couldn't I also take a look at the possibility of buying some calls themselves on GameStop that expire a year from now at a cheap price, call them deep in the money calls that I'll write calls against them on, which means I'm doing poor man covered call trading, and or I just stay long these cheap calls, and with the market improving a little, couple dollars higher, $3, $4 higher, sell those calls for a little profit. And that's smart option trading, isn't it? Yes, it could be. But remember that time is now against you on those, whereas the others are with you. On the other hand, if you're a poor man covered call writer, and a number of you are poor man covered call writers, you know all about the option expiry game. You know all about shrinkage, because the calls you bought a year ago that expire in 2026, they don't have 2 years to live anymore. They now have a year to live. And so you've seen shrinkage there. However, you've brought in dollars and dollars and dollars against these contracts by writing calls against those calls. Again, you're using short-term shrinkage against long-term shrinkage. And you're saying, thank you, sir. Keep this game going. I like this game. I have a viewer that drives a nice, brand new, shiny BMW because of that game. And I say, keep it up. Nothing wrong with it. On the other hand, obviously, if a stock you love, like SMCI or AI or Unity or whatever, GameStop, whatever, goes up, really goes up in a week, you might become a put buyer. You might become a put option buyer to protect the gain that you have. You've done a rollover on your call contracts, fair enough. You've written cash secured puts, you've rolled cash secured puts forward, fair enough. But a stock has gone up very high, very nicely, suddenly, maybe a little too much. You might then be a put buyer. Short-term strategy with 3 month, 6 month, 1 year timing to say, yeah, I'll buy these puts that if the shares give up 10% of this gain or give up a third of this entire run, these puts will double in price, and I'll be compensated for that. Yeah, that's smart option buying. It's using options as hedging of your portfolio. But without the knowledge of contracts, you're blind, and you don't understand the psychology of the market. You don't understand the stink bid, stink offer game. You are really against yourself. You are killing yourself by not going into battle with all the tools you need to win the war. And so many of you know this. You've been here a while. You know what I'm talking about. Who cares? Good morning, Bagel Gang. John T., my main broker's Fidelity, but I just opened a Robinhood as well. Robinhood is so much easier to use. And look, some of you folks will use Robinhood to do trades, but you'll use another service to get the info you want. Sometimes it'll be the reverse. There is no law saying you can't have 5 brokerage accounts with 5 different brokers. There is no law saying you can't do that. You decide for yourself what works for you. Double D, good morning, Mr. Premium of the option. Happy Wednesday. It's time to fill our pockets, Bruce. We open in 7 minutes. Chase Rosita Parker is saying, neat, 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 neat. Don't forget the Knights of Knee. You must honor the Knights of Knee because they are the secret weapon behind this market. If any of you are trying to figure out, is it Trump that moves the markets? Is it Powell that moves markets? Is it Uncle Bruce that moves markets? What moves markets? The Knights of Knee. It's the Knights of Knee. They are all powerful. If you haven't seen the movie, you'll never know. And if you think that Monty Python is silly, you'll never win. And so I'm sorry. 50 years, those Knights of Knee have been all powerful. I wouldn't mess with these guys. I'm just saying. It's just me. The man, John, yeah. I went from Robinhood to Fidelity, but there is no question Robinhood's user face and simplicity is second to none. There you go. Thank you, Boeing Tiger, Mandu number 5. Neat, 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 neat. Stephen Butler, neat, neat, neat. The man says, I also am a big fan of Fidelity's Active Trader Pro. There you go. Like I said, you can use whoever you like. Do you like Webull? Do you like Tasty Trade? Do you like, I don't know, figure out who you like. Where you are happens to also will dictate what firm you're going to use. IBKR, whatever. Quest Trade. I mean, they're all out there. Crazy 49er. I had to back up and listen to your answer to Lee Mortimer. I'm sitting on Meta Iron Condor right now. 580 to 587.50 and 595 to 600 that expires day after tomorrow. And right now we're sitting at about we were at 590 or something like that. What's Meta at now? 590 and a half. Okay, let's call it 590. So we have a gentleman here who is in the middle of the zone, and he's got contracts that die Friday. All those contracts are out of the money. The puts are out of the money. The calls are out of the money. The stock's down the middle somewhere, around 590. A little close on the call side, a little close on the put side. And so Crazy 49er has to decide when to shut down the trade or to roll his trade. Does he do a shift of contracts? Well, the good news for Crazy 49er this morning is the stock isn't doing much at the moment. It's quite calm. It's in the middle. And time is running out on all of those contracts because they die Friday afternoon. This is Wednesday morning. So today might be the day Crazy 49er closes them all out and takes a profit. Or he's going to roll. And that's what he's saying right here. He might do a rollover where I may create a new position that expires next week, Friday. And I'll go higher on the calls, lower on the puts. But because these contracts have more time to live, they will bring me enough capital to compensate me to close out this roll that I have, the position I have right now. And that might be the smartest move that can be done. Now, obviously, if the shares just sit between a $1 and $2 move in the first 2 or 3 hours of the morning, half the day, half of Wednesday goes by before Crazy 49er looks at making a move, he will enjoy half of today's shrinkage, time shrinkage, meaning there's only 2 full days of trading left instead of 3 full days. There's only 2.5 days of trading left. That will help him. He may decide, I might just close this thing. If I'm up, I'll shut it off, take my dough, fold my arms, and look at the option chain. Maybe I'll write options for next Friday. Maybe I'll wait until this Friday to write next Friday. Maybe I'll wait till Monday. Again, Crazy 49er will measure the contracts against Meta for next week, but he doesn't want to be exposed to a long period of time with a relatively short spread range here. You really want to write these. Like today is a great day to write this spread that he's talking about. The spread he is on right now could be a perfect right for someone else out there to take. On the other hand, the position he's sitting in might be perfect tomorrow afternoon to do for Friday expiry. It depends on your personal comfort zone and what kind of return you're looking for from your capital and what kind of risk factor you're willing to have. Obviously, we have a $5 spread on the calls and a $7.50 call spread on the puts. And so Crazy 49er is, adjusting. And that's exactly what you're supposed to do. And this is from experience. This comes from experience. You have to be around a while to get this. Zeta State, welcome, my friend, to the show. Number 97, thumbs up. Anyway, there you go. There's a few thoughts. These are great comments. These are the exact kind of comments I live for. And you may notice that most of these comments that you are getting here from writers are from people who are members of this channel. They have become full-blown Gold Bagel members. They're here commiserating with the rest of the family, the membership group here. And it's likely that a good chunk of these Gold Bagel members, if not every single one of them, are part of the Discord group as well. And they're comparing notes with each other 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the positions that they like to follow. And so if you would like to become part of the option writing family here, would love to have you join us as a participating member of this channel. That way, as we just shifted right now, I'm just shifting right now over to membership only commentary as we get ready to trade. And also Wednesday nights tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern. If I'm on time, I'll be on tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern for the Gold Bagel Hangout Show, primetime live with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members only. And I welcome you all to that. And every morning, the pre-alert show. That should start every day at around 8 o'clock Eastern if things work out properly. And that way you get a little bit of a heads up and additional info to help you make money like these folks here. And remember, guys and girls, if you're going to do some credit spread trading, for example, if you're going to do $5 credit spreads, 605, 610 metas or triple Qs or whatever, you're going to do 10 of these. It's a $5,000 trade. You need $5,000 in capital to do 10 $5 credit spread trades. You only need $5,000. You don't need $150,000 to do this. But if you can generate a 10% return in 2 or 3 or 4 days on a $5,000 trade, and you can net out half of that, if you can pull out 5% of the 10 and close it off, and you make $250 net profit on a $5,000 trade, and you do that in a couple of days or in a 24-hour window, and you can do 3 or 4 per week, you're talking about almost $1,000 a week in income coming in. That is $50,000 a year of income on $5,000 of capital. Are you getting it now? Are any of you out there stuck in your day jobs figuring out, good Lord Almighty, I got 40 grand in my account, and this guy's talking about using 5 grand to make 50,000 a year? Wait a minute, Uncle Bruce. Hold it a second. Why am I not taking all your classes? Jesus. If I've got 20 grand and I can do 4 $5 credit spread trades in a day, simultaneously, I can do one on Tesla, one on triple Q, one on SPY, maybe I got a weekly on a Tesla. I got a weekly on it. I got 4 or 5 of these trades going that are 5,000 each. And I'm looking to clear $250 to $500 on these. How many of these a week can I do? Can I get, in some cases I'm doing dailies, some I'm doing weeklies. Can I do 8 trades a week at $250 a trade profit? Is that doable, Bruce? That's $2,000 in a week. That's $100,000 a year. That's your new job. How are you doing at your existing job? Are you happy making whatever you're making at your existing job with all the hours you're putting in to get there, to get home from there, to deal with all the Zoom calls? Can you make $100,000 a year trading credit spreads from a position of out of the money, they die today, they die tomorrow positions? There are 18 classes waiting for you, all about options. And you need to know about stink bids. You need to know about stink offers. You've got to know the difference between in the money and out of the money calls. You have to learn the rollover techniques. You cannot come to me and say, Bruce, just tell me the lesson to watch to how to do credit spreads. That's all I want. I'll give you $200 for your class. Lesson number, blah, blah, blah. That's all I need, right? Just that one lesson. And then everything will be great. No. That's not how it works. There are 18 lessons that I've put together on options on how to be a writer. You got to take them all. $3,600 is your commitment. But ask yourself this. Okay, I got 40 grand and I can get into this 5,000 here, 5,000 there, 10,000 there. Is it worth $3,600 to learn how to be an option writer so that I can quit my job, make $100,000+ a year to start with, and do this for the rest of my life? Princeton doesn't have a course available to me. I can't go to Harvard. I can't go to Duke University. I can't go to any of these other so-called elite schools to learn how to become an option writer. They don't offer this stuff. This guy has these classes that I can take at home. I can watch them whenever I want. I can rewatch these classes anytime I want. There are no tests. I can practice trade this stuff. And I can do this for the rest of my life and hang out on the Discord group, just being a fly in the wall and watching them talk to each other as I get more comfortable with this. I can do all of that for $3,600. Yeah, but you can't watch all 18 in one night. You get these lessons are going to take you several weeks to get your handle on. And I say, take your time. It isn't a race. It's the rest of your existence. Get on with it. Let's go. Welcome to the party, pal. Join this family of option writers. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. Crazy 49er. You know what? I brought in about $3 in premium. So anything less than that is a win for me. Oh, that's huge. That is a beautiful trade. Larry Titus has rung the bells. We're open. Cindy B, good morning, everybody. Henry, good morning. Uncle Bruce, contract writers. Beach Boy, good afternoon. Luring ALA is here. Neat. Juan saying discard and classes. You'll never lose your cool when trading again. All in plain English. There you go. I can't make it any easier than that. I mean, I've made it as easy as I can, as best as I think I can make it for you. But until you take the walk, until you decide, okay, enough's enough. I am sick and tired of being broke, and I'm sick and tired of being a check-to-check survivor. I'm sick and tired of the BS at the office, at the warehouse, from the dispatcher, from coworkers. I'm sick and tired of all the lies. I'm sick and tired of the uncertainty of the firm I'm with. I'm sick and tired of the politicians trying to tell me what I'm, whether I'm a winner or a loser. I don't want to be. I want to be my own. I want to be my own person. I want to be in control of my life, financially and emotionally. And it'll go a long way if I can be self-employed and be my own person. My wife and I can take control of our finances. We won't get kicked around by anyone anymore, and we're not going to take 2 and 3 and 4% returns from money managers of all that money we've had them managing for us through our 401ks or through our IRAs or whatever. We're going to take control. and we're going to make money with our money. We're going to make our money work for us. Well, when you reach that point, you might have made it. You might become a member of this family. Every member of this channel that has green beside their name, they're a member of this channel. They took the step that you haven't taken a long time ago. Some of them just in the last couple of weeks, months, but certainly a number of them since 2021. And the world is completely different for them than for you, because they were just like you back in the day, back in the mid to 2015, 17, 2019, 2020. They were guessing like you're guessing. Is this stock going to go up? I sure hope so. The earnings are coming out. It should be good. These folks have gone, oh, no. We're casinos now, Uncle Bruce. We write contracts that we write contracts that are going to die worthless. That's what we do for a living. We sell people stuff that's worthless. In time, it's worthless, and we enjoy the gains. Welcome to the casino. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the club. We're at $12.93 on your SoFi. We're up 20 cents this morning to start the day. You know, we need a course just about credit spreads, and if and when can that happen? I'm working on that right now. Bagel Babe, I'll be, test market volatility, testing your blood pressure, answer, assume the position. There will be tests. B Tizzle, neat. H. Gregory, I'm the 105th thumbs up for you, Bruce. Jeff Glass, I've been a member for 6 months. 6 months into the rest of my life. Welcome, my friend. Thank you, Juan, for posting your membership timing, and same with Jeff. Any of you can do this. If you're a member of this channel and you want to let the world know how long you've been a member, hit the $sign. There are options there. You can make a donation, of course, but you can also do one of these postings to tell us how long you've been a member. How do you like it? How's it been going for you? Has it changed your life? Have you made any money being an option writer versus trying to gamble out there and guess the market in the last year or 2 or 3? How you doing? Flint Creek, I'm late here. I'm here, though, dealing with a minor new flood damage, preventable if my town would do their damn jobs. Unbelievable. Lee Mortimer, I have been here for 46 months. Thank you, Lee, very much for that time frame. And good morning, Flint Creek. The best soap on the internet is flintcreeksoapcompany.com. You get your butt over there. Cindy B, look at SoFi, bros. Look at it. Look at your SoFi. I'm telling you, bros, please take a peek at SoFi. Stop ignoring your SoFi and look at it. $12.99, $12.98. It's going to $13. Giddy up, SoFi. We're up 8 on ASTS, down 18 on Rocket Lab, up 2 cents on GameStop, MSTR up 6.71, and AI up a dime. Bruce, look at SoFi. Something's happening on SoFi. Something good. Well, 4,100,000 in 10 minutes. Not a heavy day of trading. Yet we're up 23 plus cents. And this is a good sign, because if the shares can break through 13 on 4 million measly shares, something is going on. And yeah, that means there's no resistance to this market going higher. Giddy up. Go SoFi, go. Should be 25 a share, so it's just barely halfway where it should be. This is good. I like this game. Do you like this game? I like this game. Thank you all. I'm Jeff Glass. I'm ready for Rocket Lab to run, Bruce. Anytime it wants to go, I'm ready for it. It's down 11 cents right now. Earnings tomorrow for Rocket Lab. 22.26 right now. Earnings tomorrow. Dow's up 202. We got a positive market. We have a 17-point gain on S&P, a 40-point gain on NASDAQ. The VIX is up 4 cents, oil down 23, and gold down just about $30 an ounce. There you go, kids. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the party. Thank you again, Lee Mortimer. Thank you, Jeff Glass. Thank you, Juan, and all of you who are members of this channel. It is much, much appreciated. Great to have you all here. Cindy B is excited. We're always excited. 1301 on your SoFi. Giddy up, everybody. Up 26 cents and climbing. 28 and climbing. Go SoFi, go is kind of the word. Love to see it more around 17, 18 a share. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't that be a little more comfortable for all of you guys with all those cash secured puts out there? as they die. Oh, yes. Fun times. Rivian had an interesting earnings report. There you go. Rivian's still alive. Giddy up, Rivian. Yes, indeed. Well, let's see what we've got today. Mr. Powell will speak later today. America and China are apparently going to have a chat. I don't know. Okay. Well, we'll see about that. Looks like India is going to be in the mood to be buying new fighter jets, from what I'm reading and hearing about so far, with them losing some of these jets in these attacks against Pakistan. We'll see how that works. I see Meta now at 591, up 377. So it's better, but it's not like taking off to the moon. So, okay, any of you are into the Meta platform credit spreads there? I'm sure you're watching them very closely. And let's see what kind of shrinkage the market brings us today. Amazon and others, let's take a look at some quotes. Rocket Lab down 2. SoFi is now at 1301, up 28 cents, 1302 now. GameStop up 3. We've got Smart Rent up a penny here at 91 cents. Apple down 55 centinos. Tesla's up 138. Microsoft is up 27. Google is up 84 cents. Amazon is up $3. Nvidia down 49 cents. Meta up 369 at 591. 2/3 of a percentage point gain on Meta. A Super Microcomputer down 122. ASTS up 33 cents. AI up 23 cents. Palantir up $2.11 to 110.97. MicroStrategy up 9.64. Unity down 27 cents, make it down 33 cents. Goldman up 5.75. Cisco's up 9. Spiders are up 2. The Qs are up 118. Netflix is up 2.38. Pfizer up 11 cents. Arc Innovations up 46 cents. IBM up 152. Uber down 4.91. HPQ up 14. Home Depot up 2.37. Vanik Semiconductors up 21. Adobe up 2.75. Enphase down 1 nickel. 5 cents a share. Not much change there. It's a mixed market this morning, with the Dow ahead 236, make it 246. S&P up 21, Nasdaq up 57. The winner percentage-wise, the Dow 0.6% higher, just short of 2/3 of a point. S&P up 0.38, Nasdaq up 0.3%. The VIX is up 4 cents, no change there. Gold down $28 an ounce, and oil down 29 cents a barrel at $58.80 right now. 1302 on SoFi. The high of the session is 1304, 5.15 million traded in 14 minutes. It's not very heavy on the volume side, which means nothing for sale. There is nothing coming in here to stop it from going higher. The high today, 1304, the low 1256 so far today. That is the story. I'm sticking to this story. I like this game. The higher SoFi goes, the lower cash secured puts start to trade as they lose value, including they're losing time, of course. And so that's a good thing. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing. Welcome all to the program. Welcome all. Nice to have you with me. Let's go over here. Okay. Bravo, SoFi, says Doug Kibler. Crazy 49er, laugh out loud. The U.S. also, they keep dropping him into the Red Sea. Americans need jet fighters. Yeah, the Indians need jet fighters. The Russians need jet fighters. Do you notice how jet fighters crash a lot? They just don't last very long, do they? They crash during training missions. They crash for all kinds of reasons. And these suckers are expensive, and they make no one any money except the builders. Maybe that's why they are so heavily promoted. I don't know. Mr. T, a good morning member for 3 years, 10 months, 20 days. You are the greatest, Uncle. Well, thank you, Mr. T, for that comment. I appreciate you. Welcome to the party this morning. Jeff Glass, the only good outcome to China tariff negotiations would be to go back to the 3% it was before the nonsense. Of course, that's not going to happen. Everyone's going to lose. Yeah, I find it pathetic, actually, that politicians can set tariffs where free enterprise can make tariffs work or not, and free enterprisers can, decide for themselves where to buy their product and from whom, and governments get in the way everywhere. Every country has governments in the way, and they claim national security, which is complete and utter. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, it's two words. Bullshit. It's complete bullshit. Absolute garbage. But rise up the base and get reelected as a politician. It's unbelievable how fear elects politicians. It's incredible how they manipulate their electorate to get reelected again and again and again and again and again. And the electorate gets screwed every time. The electorate continues to get screwed by the very people that they're voting into power, because the people they're voting into power has convinced them that everyone's against them. Unbelievable. Yeah. I'm just a guy trying to figure out a way to help you get rich. And it doesn't matter who the president is. It doesn't matter who the prime minister is. It doesn't matter who your dictator is. Can you trade and write options? Can you write options? You don't have to worry about these guys. So, okay. I'm just a guy. The only one that survives is the one Tom Cruise needs to escape Russia. It's the only one. JJ, third F-18 Hornet to hit the drink. There you go. Yikes. Unbelievable. The Dow's up 240, holding up 0.6 of a percentage point. It's hanging on. S&P up 23, NASDAQ up 60 now, 1/3%. And oil down 26 cents a barrel. You'd think with India and Pakistan going at it, oil would soar. No. You'd think that with Russia, Ukraine, the oil would soar. No. Yeah, no. Gaza, Israel? No. Israel attacking Syria? No. Oil is sinking. These are Mideast conflicts in Israel and Asia conflicts. Oil is sinking, just dropping. It's amazing. Doug Kubler, the greed and fear index is a great tool to use for a good indication of market sentiment. Just a few weeks ago, it was in complete fear. My, how fast markets can flip. It's unreal. Greed and fear are your two keywords in the market. Greed and fear. Stability is way back in the background. Yes, indeed. VIX 2482 instead of in the 60s. Yeah. Under Biden, it was in the teens, but that was a bad market. Apparently, it was a terrible, corrupt market when it went up 25% a year for a couple of years in a row. Apparently, no one could make a decent living doing that. Apparently, this is what they say now. I'm finding that a most interesting comment these days to see the volatility today. I'm just a guy, just in front of the computer. We're down on the Dow now. We're only up 153 instead of 240. So the Dow has given up some gasoline here as we go through these heebie-jeebie openings. Welcome everybody to what's happening here. Volatility rules. 1292 on SoFi after topping out at 1304. ASTS still up 32 cents. Rocket Lab down 15. GameStop is up 11. MSTR up 560 and AI up 7 cents. Welcome to the first 20 minutes of the opening market. 1295 on your SoFi. Can SoFi go to 1350 today? Sure it can. Can go to 1250? Sure it can. Will it? And why? Why would SoFi go down to 1250 versus going up to 1350? I think there are many more reasons for SoFi to go higher. But hey, the market has got to be in the mood, and the greed has to be there. If people feel SoFi is going to 16 rather than to 10, then it can go to 1350 today. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, funny thing too is the higher a stock like SoFi moves to, the higher people think it will get to. It's that psychological thing that, I got to 13 like nothing. It can go to 14, 15 then. And if it went to 14, 15, people, it'll go back to 18 then. If it go to 14, 15, it could go right to 18. Gets to 18, it could go to 20, 21. If it gets to 20, 20, it could go to 25. Yeah. Psychology, kids. Fear of missing out and fear of buying too high, not buying in time, missing the boat. You name it. Fear and greed. Welcome to the party, pal. You can get rich on fear and greed, you know, really, really rich. Yeah. Thank you. The donation just came in from PayPal. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Always lovely to receive PayPal donations. Those are the best. Thank you all. 26.11 on GameStop, up 7. ASTS up 27. SoFi up 19 cents. Beach Boy saying Smart Rent has a good start to the session here. Something going on with Smart Rent. Is it really? I would love to see Smart Rent take a real shot. I would really like to see it. It's at 96.4 cents, up 6.4. It's a tiny bit better. Don't know what the deal is here. Smart Rent earnings revenue at 41.3 beats estimates. This came out May 7. That's today. They must have reported here. They report financial results and a strategy shift over there. So something's happening at Smart Rent, some kind of a strategy shift. Smart Rent does receive continued listing notice from the New York Stock Exchange. And that's likely because of the fact that it's under $1 a share. But if they break $1, that won't be an issue. And we'll see what happens there. Annual recurring revenue of $56 million, which is 17% year-over-year increase. They say in their press release, Smart Rent says a leading provider of smart community solutions and smart operation solutions for the rental housing industry today reported financial results for the 3 months ended March 31, 2025. Management is going to host a call at 11:30 Eastern time, so that's in another hour and a half. Total revenue decreased 18%, but SAS revenue of $14 million increased. Net loss is $40 million, which includes a goodwill impairment of $25 million. So that's just a write-off. Adjusted EBITDA 6.4. They repurchased 1 million shares at an aggregate of $1.2 million. So they paid $1.20 to buy their own stock back last year. Balance sheet, $125 million in cash, no debt. And they have $75 million credit line anytime they want it. They haven't touched it. So they really have $200 million in capital available if they want to buy more stock. Well, they only paid $1.2 million for stock. So, you know, they have a lot of room to buy more. They might be doing it. They say the interim executive officer, John Dorman, commented, "We have taken foundational steps to rebuild Smart Rent as a more consumer-centric, execution-driven organization. While our adoption pace has not yet matched the scale of our installed base, we are actively retooling our operations to better align with how customers adopt, deploy, and expand our solutions. This work is central to our shift towards a hardware-enabled SaaS model that prioritizes recurring revenue, customer value, and long-term profit growth." If I knew what that meant, I'd tell you, but it's gobbledygook. Annual recurring revenue, $56 million for the first quarter, and we maintained a strong balance sheet and disciplined cost controls. Their value proposition remains clear. We deliver a leading smart home LOT platform and foster deep customer relationships, which positions us to grow and succeed in an unpenetrated market with a significant potential. By placing the customer at the center of how we operate, we believe our evolving model will support consistent execution, deeper adoption, and drive sustained value creation. Again, it's all gobbledygook. I don't know what that means. The company says they delivered a 17% year-over-year increase in SaaS revenue in the first quarter, driven by improvements in their SaaS ARPU and units deployed. I don't know what that means. Revenue represented approximately 33.8% of the company's first quarter revenue in 2025, and that was up from 24%. Okay. Let's see. There's all kinds of percentages and dollars and everything else. I don't know what this means. As of March 31, the units deployed reached 827,000, a 10% increase with 78,000 more units compared to last year, this time, reflecting continued expansion of our installed base despite near-term sales challenges. The company had 18,114 new units deployed during the quarter, a 39% decrease, with 29,000 new deployments in the same quarter last year. Units booked for the quarter was 18,200, which is 61% decrease for last year. Total bookings were 27 million, a 30% decrease. I don't know what they're all excited about. Total gross margin decreased 32.8% from 38% from the same quarter last year. That's not good either. So I'm not sure where's the good news here. I mean, they're cash rich, debt free, fair enough. They've authorized $50 million in stock buybacks, but they've only spent $1.2 million doing it. They say that they still have $20 million available for future repurchases. They say they've reduced expenditures by $10 million in cost reductions. So that's that. Again, I don't know. Look, SmartRent, I want nothing but this company to do really well. It was a SPAC at $10 a share 4 years ago. Some of us have been following it the entire time. Some of us hold some of these shares and just had them tucked away, and we've been waiting for better days, waiting for a turnaround. I know, and you probably are aware, if you follow me, that the company has new management in place and a philosophy that where the stock is not where they want it. They want the stock to be much higher priced based on their potential. Well, they've gone through management changes and structural changes, and they're probably still in the middle of a complete, I don't know what, with these 800,000 units. Can you make money from these 800,000 units you've installed? And can you keep installing them? And how are you installing them? And how are you being paid? And are you selling subscriptions for the services that you offer for all the SmartRent that you have? And I don't know. So we'll see what's going on. Anyway, Beach Boy is right. It's a penny stock right now. That's true. H. Gregory, I have been a member here of this man's channel for 45 months. Thank you for getting getting something through the dog days of option writing and learning. That was me on PayPal, by the way. Thank you, H. Gregory, for that PayPal donation. There we go. That was me. Thank you for getting me through the dog days of option writing and learning. Oh, excellent. H. Gregory, I can't be more happy that you're yet another one that is winning. Yet another viewer winning here. And I'm yeah, man, this is what it's about. This is what I want to. It's what I want to see. I want to hear about that. Beautiful software as a service, SaaS. Thank you, JJ. Zed, smart. I sold it a long time ago and I purchased SoFi. So there you go. I moved over to them. Maybe down the road, SmartRent will become a winning stock. Maybe in 3 months or 6 months, they will have turned the corner and are now doing nothing but making money and will grow the money-making machine that they will become someday, because they have a phenomenal product in managing properties, managing temperatures and humidity levels and automatic window shade deployments and water alert systems for leakage, fire alert systems, security alert systems, wireless door locking capabilities to let Airbnb renters in and not in, and all this stuff. There's some really good stuff here. But when will we see the bottom line? That's what it's all about. I hope nothing but the best for SmartRent. I really do. I think that these guys are they're on to something and have been for years. It's just that I would love to see this be the new normal for all new home construction, all new apartments, all new townhomes, you name it. I know that this unit here could use a SmartRent system. Absolutely could use it because this is a rental property that I'm in. And when we're not in the house, we'd like to be able to set a SmartRent system saying we're not in the house. We're out. That means the air conditioning can be dropped off and power can be saved, money can be saved. And then when we come back, the phone talks to the unit as we come back and we're coming home now, and everything restarts again. So the air conditioning is on when we get back in the house. In the meantime, we have cameras everywhere to see if anything's going on. We have water detection issues. We have, the sun is out and it's beating in the front window. The curtain goes down automatically to stop the heat from coming in. I mean, smart rent, smart. Great company, but great idea. Can they execute? That's the question. In the meantime, SoFi is executing on every level, and the stock is back to 1301. And so that's where you want your money to be, either in the stock, if you're in a retirement account and you can't write cash secured puts, or you've long ago sold the stock and you've written cash secured puts and you are laughing because the shares are rising yet again at 1302 a share and are going to make you very wealthy because they're going to go to $25 and $30 a share within the next 6 to 12 months. That's where they're going. That's where they'll be as far as this man is concerned. It's my opinion. But you decide for yourself whether you believe it or not. 1302 up 30 cents on your SoFi. We're up 66 on ASTS. Rocket Lab has gone green. It's up 2 cents. GameStop is up 8. MSTR up 6.74 and AI up 23 cents. So we've got green showing on my front page of my phone at the moment, led by the Dow up here, SoFi, ASTS, Rocket Lab, GameStop, MSTR, and AI. Everything here is green, as I've just told you, right there. It's green. It's green. I don't know if you can see it, but it's green, 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 green. 1305 on your SoFi. Look at that. There it goes, 1305. That, I think, is the high of the day on 8.5 million shares. Go SoFi. Exactly. Nice. SMCI down 136, NVIDIA down 17 cents. Markets are going greener now, I think. Tesla's up 4. Spiders are up 263. The Qs are up 142. Palantir up 274. 111.60 now. A little recovery coming. Costco up 160. Coinbase up 173. Smart Rent at 95.8, up 5.8 cents. Google up 49. Apple down 38. Broadcom up a penny. Microsoft up 121. Intel up 7.8 cents. Netflix up 6.61. Meta 592.28, up 4.97. A radical run? No. Positive? Yeah. 1306, Bruce, on your SoFi. That's what Juan's saying. It's now hit 1306, so we're at the high of the day on SoFi today. Isn't that wonderful? Let's keep it going. EI Lilly up 344, Amazon up 311, Uber down 211, Adobe up 169, Cisco up 15, AMD up 13 at 98.75, cannot break 100. Unity up 5 cents, Enphase up 37, Spire down 4, Moderna up 2, Pfizer up 9, IBM up 168, HPQ up 8, Home Depot up 321. Vanex Semiconductors up 30, Goldman Sachs up 442, Boeing down $1.07. Target up 153, JP Morgan up 110, Walmart up 55 cents, Disney up $8.63, made money last quarter. American Airlines up 18 cents at 10.61, DraftKings up 51, AMC up 4 cents, and Royal Caribbean up 3.78 at the moment. Looks like the Savage of Wall Street is here, and Auntie Jen is here. Coincidence? Why are they both here at the same time? Where have you both been? What's going on? What's with all the banging in the bedroom anyway? What's with all that too? You moving furniture or something? What's going on here? I don't get it. 1308 on SoFi. Giddy up. Savage says, good morning, my fellow simpletons and degenerates. Are folks here having a wonderful day? I'm having a wonderful day. Between yesterday and today, I have bought back 50 RXRX $10 covered calls that expired Jan 26 for 35 cents each. I sold them for 143. Yay! There's $10 something made 50 times. There's $5,000 made right there. No kidding, Savage is happy. Richard Carlin, good morning, Auntie Jen. The Savage of Wall Street, 5,400 in my pockets for absolutely nothing. Lovely.
Morning, Richie.
Right on, Richie. Welcome. And Savage, welcome all of you. Juan is here. Z Estate, JJ, H. Gregory, H. Gregory sent us a donation on PayPal because H. Gregory says, I've been a member for 45 months. Thank you for getting me through the dog days of option writing learning. That was me on PayPal, by the way, rock and roll.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we went to Costco yesterday.
We got a lot of green on your screen.
We got green on the screen.
Everybody's green.
Not sure if we have to
just
go.
turned green.
Yeah, we're just turning green. Are we going out today anywhere? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if we have to do anything today. It's Wednesday. I'll be on today at 7 o'clock Eastern.
Maybe we'll go get your hairs cut.
Ooh, haircut day. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that. I never enjoy it. I'm glad I get it over with. I'm glad to get it over with, but it's not a fun experience. Maybe it's because it's a quick in and out place.
You need a rug. That's what it is.
Maybe I need a rug. Maybe I should be wearing the wigs that those long hair spinal tap wigs. Maybe, yeah. Maybe I should have the wig that the bass player has, where the hair is really long over the shoulders, but you see this gigantic bald spot. Maybe I should do that.
Yeah, we see those gentlemen.
Oh man, big bottoms, my girls got them. Yeah, baby. Oh my God, spinal tap. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah. Anyway, welcome all to the program. Larry Titus. Good morning, Auntie Jen. Right on. She's going to sneeze right now, and maybe twice. That was one. There might be another.
No, there's only one. That was from the sun. Good morning, Larry.
We're up 236 again on the Dow. We've recovered back to where we were. 1304 on SoFi at the moment. 1306 I see. 1307 has been the high. Maybe it's been higher than that. 1308 has been the high. There you go. SoFi still moving up 33 cents on the session.
So you're still chasing after that time you lost this morning?
Oh, God. What a disaster. And of course, I start the show, my pre-alert show, no sound. I had to kill it, had to reload it. That takes 5 minutes. It is the worst. Richard Carlin says, bless you. There you go. All right. 1308 on the SoFi, up 35 cents, up 86 on ASTS, up a dime on Rocket Lab, up 9 on GameStop, up 7.53 on MSTR, and up 24 on AI. So we've got a gain there. Giddy up. What should I do? I didn't have anything to eat yet today. Now I think because of this entire delay. So maybe a bagel is a good idea.
Okay.
What should it be today? Oh, why don't we just do
anything?
I got some turkey slices. I got ham.
Yeah.
And we
some salami.
No, that's done now. But cheese, turkey, and ham, and horseradish mayo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Horseradish mayo?
Yeah, we're going to clear the sinuses up. Yeah, we'll save the Philippe's. We love that Philippe's. 1308 on SoFi, kids. Go SoFi, go. News, no idea. Volume, 9.8 million in 39 minutes. Not terribly active, but okay. But showing me, a little selling came in, brought it back to 1285, 1290, and now we're back to 1308. We're going higher. SoFi is going higher. 1309, it's going higher. So there's no resistance here on the SoFi shares this morning that I can point at for you. Giddy on up, 146 million shorted. There's a lot of shorts out there. So okay, we'll watch for that. What else is going on here? Welcome all. Yeah.
I heard on the radio this morning
that
last night Edmonton set a playoff record for having their fifth come from behind win in a row.
Oilers are a team of destiny this year. They seem to be a team of destiny.
That's an incredible statistic.
The LA team, the Kings, are going, what the hell happened to us? We were up 2-0 in the series with 2 home wins. We go to Edmonton, and they beat us up there. Second game up there, they beat us in overtime to tie the series. They come down to LA, they beat us. We go back to Edmonton, they beat us again. And now they're in Vegas, and they knocked off Vegas last night for Game 1 as the road team. And Edmonton is they just snatched home ice advantage away from Las Vegas. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Gotta make you wonder. A Splair, good morning, Auntie Jen. Hope you were starting good into the day. Hope you're doing well. Vilbus, Oilers destined to lose in the finals. Well, can they stay healthy? Because, boy, other teams are wonky. The Leafs are in trouble physically. Who else was in trouble? Just thinking about some of these other hockey clubs. Florida, wonky on their front. At least in Florida playing each other. They're beating each other up. I don't know. It's early. It's only round 2. We'll see what happens. Always fun during playoff time. Never a dull moment. 13:07, 13:08 on SoFi so far today. And Rocket Lab earnings tonight or tomorrow. And we're up a little bit. And GameStop is up 5 cents. MSCR up 7.29. My Stars are ready to rock, says Vilbus. There you go. Your Dallas Stars. They're playing the Jets, correct? And the Jets are playing their first game tonight. The Jets just came back on, Sunday night? Thrilling double overtime victory to eliminate the who did they eliminate? The Jets. Who did they beat? Minnesota? No. From the West here. Winnipeg, I think, knocked off. Is that no good?
No, this is the old pack.
Oh, gosh. All right. Must have been the Minnesota North Stars they knocked off. I've got a Vilbus. It was the Blues, Bruce. I have a tremendous memory. It lasted about 30 seconds. Yeah, the Blues. It wasn't the Avs. It was the Blues. Yeah, the Blues lost. They were winning that series. It was Game 7, late in the third period with a minute 52 to go. The Blues were up 3-1, and in a minute 52, Winnipeg had pulled their goalie, and twice with their goalie pulled, they tied the game, went into double overtime, and won it in double overtime. And St. Louis is gone. They were on their way to the second round, and now they're on the way to the golf course. Holy crap, that's the playoffs. Vilbus, Rantanen had an epic third period in Game 7 for the Stars. Hat trick and assist for the third to come from behind win. Interesting. Jay Gill, it was St. Louis, Bruce, yes. Savage of Wall Street. Folks, anyone looking for a nice cash grab? RX missed earnings by a little bit. Stock is down to the 430 area. 52-week low is 370. $4 RX cash secured puts that expire in September are paying 70 cents or so. It's not a bad entry. I'm just saying, not a bad little place to go with. Jeff Glass, let's not talk about the Blues disaster, please. Please don't mention the Blues. Oh, God. We are blue about the Blues. John Hamm, I'm sure, is hurting. He's a big Blues fan, St. Louis guy. Great actor. John Hamm, if you're watching, thank you for Mad Men. Thank you for the Tag. Really love that movie.
And you know what?
Thank you for the current show. What about John Hamm?
He's a Vitbro. He's got vitiligo.
Jen has vitiligo. Jen and John Hamm have something in common.
See?
They have me. They know me, and I like both of them. That's what they have in common, right there. But I like John Hamm as an actor. Okay.
He's representing.
John's doing very well with commercials in Canada, by the way. He does commercials for Skip the Dishes, and that's like a DoorDash thing. He does very well in Canada with those ads. He's done a number of them in the last 5 years. And of course, John Hamm has done the voiceover work for Mercedes for years. He did voiceover work for Mercedes-Benz. Way to go, John Hamm. Nicely done, sir. Anyway, the Blues Brothers, 3 fried chickens and dry toast and a Coke. Right. Here you go. We got 2 guys out here wearing these suits. The one guy wants dry toast, Elwood. And the other guy wants 3 fried chickens. What's the other guy's name? James? Elwood?
No.
What are the names of the Blues Brothers?
Yeah.
Elwood Blues and... A little bit of trivia for you. Give you something to think about. What are the names of the Blues Brothers? Elwood Blues and Jake. Thank you, Jeff. And Jake. Elwood, Jake, Elwood, whichever. Yeah, that's right. The Blues Brothers. Savage Wall Street. Stock is already 20% in 2 days. RXR can only go so low. They have contracts with Bear. When the stocks are beat up, that is when we write cash secured puts, folks. When there's blood in the water. Crazy 49er, my $95 put on Palantir is up 74%. Time to take a profit, I think. Richard Carlin, Jake, Beach Boy. It's Jake, Bruce. Hector, John Hamm was also in Landman. Yeah, I think he was. I haven't seen that yet. 13-14 SoFi. Let's go. Go SoFi, baby. Yeah, baby. Let's go SoFi. Come on now. All the way to the moon. 13-15 for the high now on SoFi. We're at 13-10, 13-14 right now. 11.3 million traded. Go SoFi. Go. We're up 40 cents on SoFi. Down go the cash secured puts. Down the go. The 10s are worthless. The 11s are worthless. The 12s are worthless. The 13s are worthless. The 14s are worth 88 cents. The 15s are worth $1.88. Oh, they're losing. It's wonderful. Option writers love this game. We really love this game, they say. Giddy on up, everybody. The Dow's up 211. S&P up 25. NASDAQ up 76. It's a nothing burger on these markets. We're not even moving half a percentage point, but SoFi is moving. Nice. We like it. Oil down 12 cents. Giddy up. I like it. We like figuring out who the Blues Brothers are. We like figuring out what their favorite food is. We love trivia. Movie trivia and so on. I have a trivia question for my channel. Yeah, I have a trivia question. I might want to give you a trivia question today. We might put you on a bit of a put you to work for a trivia question today. I'm not gonna make it easy on you. You can't just sit here and watch me all the time and wonder how does he do it. No, maybe a trivia question today will get you thinking a little bit here. Interesting. Let's take a look here. Where is that trivia question for you today? Oh yeah, it's right here. Here it is right here. Oh my. I wonder if you guys can handle this question. Can you handle it is the question. I wonder. There it is, right there. Let me get my pencil for my iPad, my big ass iPad over here. I got a trivia question for you guys that I think I'm going to hit you up with and see if you are any good at this. This is perfect for you stock market freaks out there. There we go. Tell me. Give me one answer at a time. Okay, if you know the answer to this question.
One answer at a time.
There are 91 correct answers, okay? If you know more than one of the 91, just give me one answer per text and not more. And don't Google this. Be honest now.
No,
just think about it and think about, can you answer this question? Here's the question. Can you name every company that has at one time or even now is a member of the Dow 30 index? Can you tell me companies that are part of the Dow 30 either now or ever in the history of the Dow Jones 30? I'd like to know. 13, 14 on your SoFi. Go, baby, go. Anybody got any guesses here? Trivia's on. I'm curious to see if any of you guys know the answer to this trivia question. Do you know the Dow 30 Industrial? Don't look it up. Don't be Googling out there. Just off the top of your head. Come on. You know you can do it. You know you can do it. Cindy, General Electric. Yeah. 1907 until 2018. It's no longer part of the Dow Jones. AT&T. What about that one, Bruce? AT&T. Yes, 1939 to 2004, and then from 2005 until now, AT&T is back in. What about Apple? Apple joined the Dow Jones 2015 until the present day. J-Boy Ford. Was Ford ever in the Dow Jones Industrials? Never. Ford was never in the Dow 30. You'd think about that. You thought they would have been. Coca-Cola, Beach Boy, that company that you like supporting, Bruce. 1932 until 1935 and 1987 till now. Coca-Cola is in the Dow 30. Bagel Babe, IBM, International Business. Yes, 1932 to 1939. And then 1979 till now. So after 39, IBM was out until 79. They came back in. How about that? Savage is saying, "Boom! I sold a $30 SMCI cash secured put that expires August for $450. Yes, give me the stock for $25.50, please. I beg you to assign me, please. Taking the family to Tahoe in June, so I got to start saving degenerate premium donations right now. Well done there, Savage Wall Street." Hector's going Dow 30, General Motors. Hector's thinking GM would have been one of the companies. Yeah. General Motors, 1925 until 2009. GM was out of the index after 2009. GM. Wow, think about that. Splitter, I'm guessing Chevron. What about Chevron, Bruce? Chevron, 1930 to 1999, and now 2008 to this current day. Yes. Walter Young, good morning. James of the Misty Tree. IBM, we've done. Splair, and what's with Warner Brothers or Paramount, or do they belong to the NASDAQ 100, probably rather than the Dow? Beach Boy, Heinz, 57. Were they ever part of the Dow Jones? No, not Heinz on its own, no. Cindy, Pfizer, they're part of the Dow right now, aren't they? The Pfizer is 2004 to 2020. They've been off the Dow for 5 years. Cindy, Cisco joined the Dow in 2009 and is still in the Dow right now. Back in the early 2000s, Cisco was as hot as NVIDIA. Cisco was as hot as Tesla. Cisco was a real volatile, hot trading stock in the early 2000s, late 90s, but in 2009 became part of the Dow and joined the establishment, as they say. Beach Boy, what about Unilever? Has Unilever ever been part of the Dow 30? Nope, not ever. Exxon, James of the Misty Tree, yes, 2009 and 2020. Exxon Mobil. Cindy B, Amazon. Amazon is
Oh no, not that.
Amazon. Isn't Amazon part of the Dow 30? Maybe I'm wrong. Not part of the Dow 30. Goldman Sachs, Cindy B, Goldman Sachs, 2013 until the present day, been part of the Dow Jones. Yes, there are 91 correct guesses. You've given me about 15 of them. Any company that's in the Dow 30 or ever been in the Dow 30, think about some of the companies that just are not around anymore that used to be dominant U.S. companies. 1316 on SoFi, everybody. Giddy up on the SoFi and giddy up on ham, turkey, and cheese on a sesame seed bagel. Oreo. Yeah. Lovely.
Not horseradish?
I can't taste it.
Uh-oh.
Boeing,
Oh.
1987 to now. Microsoft, Uncle Bruce. 1999 until now. In the early 90s, Microsoft was a hot trading stock, just like Tesla, just like Cisco, like NVIDIA. That was a hot trading stock. Day traders delight. Home Depot, Cindy, Home Depot, 1999 until now. Bobby Atkinson, Sherwin Paints. We know they just got added. So they're in there. Enron, was Enron ever in the Dow 30? No, Enron was not in the Dow 30. SoFi in 2026, Uncle Bruce? Not the Dow, but maybe S&P 500. 1316 on your SoFi. Crazy 49er, good morning. GameStop someday, maybe. Henry Warren Buffett stock, Uncle Bruce. Excuse me. The name of his public company. Excuse me. I can't, at the moment, it's escaping me. I've got too much on my mind. JJ Landman is peppered with big oil propaganda. Uncle Bruce, don't watch it. Savage of Wall Street. Open Door Technologies beats earnings and expectations, up almost 30%. My average is 86 cents on this. Let's go in for 20,000 shares, baby. Wait until interest rates are cut. We're going to $5, baby. There you go. Walter Young, the 3M company. The 3M company was 1976 till now, part of the Dow Jones. Cindy, NVIDIA, part of the Dow 30. Not yet. I don't believe so. Berkshire Hathaway, there's the name. Berkshire Hathaway was never part of the Dow 30. Never part, no. Mike H., it's Berkshire Hathaway, Buffett's company. That's right. JP Morgan, have they ever been part of the Dow 30? Indeed. JP Morgan Chase from 1991 to the present day. Cindy, Visa, the Visa company, 2013, they were added in, and they're still part of the index. James of the Mystery Tree, Caterpillar, they were part of the index starting in 1991, and they're still there now. And Mike, Disney, they're part of the Dow 30, aren't they? Yes, they are. Disney is in there. Walt Disney, 1991, they entered the Dow 30 after being in business from the 1930s and being a public company in the 50s, 60s, and here they are, 1991 to the present day, still in the Dow 30. Christina, glad I didn't roll those SoFi $14 cash secured puts. We're $13.16, up 44 cents on your SoFi. They keep going higher. Anyone else has any guesses as to companies that used to be in the Dow 30 or are now in the Dow 30 index? I've got a trivia question going. I'm going to give you a couple of them that you probably will never guess. One was known as Wright Aeronautical, WRIGHT, from 1928 to 29. I'm going to have to guess they were part of the Wright Brothers organization. From way back when. How about Victor Talking Machine Company? Yes. Victor Talking Machine, 1928 to 1929, record player. Victor Talking Machine Company, a part of the Dow Jones. Way back when. United Air Transport, 1930 to 1932. United Airlines, United Air Transport. Let's see here. Texas Gulf Sulphur Company, 1928 to 1932. How about that company? Cindy, what about Nike? Yes, 2013 to the present day, a Dow 30 company. A crazy 49er, ADT. ADT. And I'm not sure what their full name is. I don't see it here. JJ, Boeing, we've done. Tommy. Johnson & Johnson, Bruce, a Dow 30 company, yes, 1997 till to the present day. RCA, Radio Corporation of America, RCA. Well, that became part of General Electric, but a company called Radio Corporation, 1928 to 32 was in the Dow 30. That could have been a forerunner of RCA. Siemens, I don't believe they're an American company, so they're not ever going to have been in the Dow 30. Shell, not a U.S. company. Shell is not, that's Dutch. McDonald's, yeah, that's McD. McDonald's, 1985, they joined the Dow, and they're still there to this very day. 40 years later, Kmart, was Kmart ever part of the Dow Jones? Nope, not part of it, but Kraft Foods was from 2008 to 2012. 4 years, and then Kmart got bought up by the Berkshire Hathaway people. Oh, they go, yeah. A company known as American Smelting was part of the Dow 30 from 1900 to 1959.
American Buggy Whip.
American Sugar, 1894 until 1930. American
When
Sugar.
did the Dow start? That must have been an original.
1894.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anaconda Copper, 1959 to 1976. Some early days of Dow Jones companies. Walmart, 1997 till present day. Verizon, 2004 to the present day. Luring Texaco. Was Texaco in? Yeah, 1925 until 1997. The Texaco Hour on television would sponsor Jack Benny, and was also sponsoring Milton Berle, the most watched television show in the history of television, early days. Texaco Theater. Texaco was big in radio and television early days. What about Woolworth? Woolworth Company, Bruce. Yep, 1924 until 1997, Woolworth. And you can't find a Woolworth anymore. Rice Checks, U.S. Steel. Was there a company called, well, USX, yes, U.S. Steel Corp, 1901 to 1991. Railroads, were there any railroads in the Dow 30? Charlie, AT&T was trying to think of the American version of Bell. Yep, we got AT&T, Bell. It used to be known as Bell. Absolutely. 1322 on your SoFi on the way to the S&P 500 and eventually the Dow 30. Who else are we talking about here? Bethlehem Steel from 1928 until 1997. Borden, Borden, milk. Happy cows. Borden ice cream, Borden milk. They were 1930 to 35 in the depths of the recession, part of the Dow 30. Chrysler Corporation, 1928 until 1979. Why did they get taken off in 79? They went bankrupt. They got bailed out by the U.S. government, but with Lee Iacocca saving the company. Chrysler. Corn Products Refining.
That's the name of it?
1933 to 1959. Dow 30 stock.
It's their fault corn is in everything.
Another Wright brothers, I think, linked company, Curtis Wright. 1929, 1930. I'm guessing Curtis Wright.
No.
Drug Incorporated. 1932, 1933. S-Mark, 1959 to 1979. Goodrich Tires, 1928 to 1930. Goodyear, 1930 to 1999. Hewlett Packard, the company Hewlett Packard, 1997 to 2013, no longer on the Dow. Amex, American Express. Mike, yes, 1982 to the present day, American Express. Sears, James wants to know, was Sears ever in it? Yes, Sears Roebuck was in the Dow 30, 1924 to 1999. Who knocked them off? Walmart. Walmart knocked them off. They came on 2 years earlier in 97, and by 99, Sears is out. Yeah. Interesting to see that. Bobby Atkinson, McDee's, Mike, tobacco companies in the past, probably Splair. Splair was saying, for real, in Dortmund, we still have a bunch of Woolworth shops. One of them I know since I was a little fart, you know. But there's not much from value, just a road that's forcing you to go through different kinds of junk. Yes, that's not the Walmart, Woolworth we used to know at all. No. Howard Hughes, Walter's wondering, anything about Howard Hughes? Did he have anything? I've got nothing with Hughes that I can see. There may have been, United Airlines was his. I'm not sure about any others. Other companies, Hudson Motors, 1930 to 32, the Hudsons. Inco, steel company, 1928 to 1987. Intel to this very day, 1999 to now. International Paper from 1956 to 2004, the death of paper. International Shoe Company, 1932, 1933. International Shoe. Johns Manville, remember that name? Johns Manville, 1930 to 1982. Liggett and Myers, 1930 to 32. Lowe's, Loews, Lowe's, 1932 to 1956. A different kind of Lowe's that we're used to now. Mack Truck, 1925 to 1932. Nash Motors, 1932 to 1939. NCR, National Cash Register, 1929 to 1932. National Distillers, 1934 until 1959. National Steel, 1935 till 1959. Navistar, 1925 to 1991. North American, I have no idea what they ever did. North American, who's these guys? 1928 to 1930. Owens, Illinois Glass. Owens Corning, 1959. 1987. Paramount Publix, P-U-B-L-I-X, Paramount Publix, 1925 to 1932. No idea. Procter & Gamble, 1932 to today. Raytheon, only in 1920. Salesforce, 2020 to now. SBC Communications, 1999 to 2005. The Travelers Companies today, 2009 till today. Union Carbide, 1928 to 1999. Westinghouse Electric, 1928 to 1997. United Health Group, 2012 to the present day. United Technologies, 1933, 1934, and 1939 to 2020. United Technologies. Sun Systems, not showing. Nestle, Switzerland. Nokia, Finland. Mike, United Health, we've done. James the Misty Tree. My mom worked for Hughes Aircraft for several years as an editor for missile test manuals.
Wow.
Yeah. Spare. Here is a cheap shop, but there's in front of the shop's a little bit of a history with an Empire State picture display. Thanks to your riddle here, I will add this into my upcoming Dortmund video. There you go, buddy. I said Paramount. Yeah, we're not talking Paramount Pictures. Crazy 49. I didn't know Westinghouse was that old. Mike H. Amgen. Is Amgen in the Dow 30? Yep, 2020 till now. Yes, Mike, it's in there. Other companies from the Dow. General Foods, 1928 to 1985. General Railway Signal Company, 1928 to 1930. General Railway Signal Company. That would have been switching systems and maybe telegraph. I don't know. Honeywell International, 1925 to 2008 and 2020 to today. Merck and Company, 1979 till this very day. DuPont, 1935 to 2017. Dow Chemical, 2019 to the present day. Citigroup, 1997 to 2009. Bank of America, 2008 until 2013. They're off the Dow. Atlantic Refining, 1928 to 1930. American Tobacco, 1932 until 1985. American International Group, 2004 until 2008. American Can, 1927 to 1991. Altria Group, 1985 till 2008. Alcoa from 1959 till 2013. Leaves us one company left that was once part of the Dow, that was one of the most valuable companies on the planet, that once dominated their sector, based in, I believe, Rochester, New York, with 300,000 employees. Every household in America, middle class and up, absolutely used their products from the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. These guys were the first product you saw. This company's product was the first item you walked into a Costco store in the 80s and 90s. Right there was a flat, right there, right in front of you with their product on it. And we used to buy these all the time and do our thing and use their services, and none of you have it yet. They were an engineer of this company invented a product that would eventually bankrupt this company, would completely destroy it.
Wow.
And they never took the product to the market. They tried to bury it, and it backfired on them. What is the name of this company? They were in the Dow 30 from 1930 until 2004. And they were the absolute dominant company in their field until the 1980s and 90s. And then they faded out and faded out and faded out. They still exist in name only, but they're no longer the same company anymore that they once were. And we got people wondering, were there any tobacco companies? We've done those. Richard Corning, is that Corning in New York? No. JJ is wondering. Walter Procter & Gamble, James of the Misty Tree, Kodak. Eastman Kodak Company was a Dow 30 component until 2004.
And what did they try to bury?
They had an engineer that invented the Polaroid camera. the Polaroid, instant photography. They also were involved and were looking to get involved in digital photography, but they dropped that idea. They didn't think that would last. Film is where it's at. Home movies where it's at. If you were born in 1955, like I was, and you were 35 years old, and you had 2 kids, husband or wife, and you had 2 children, in your house, you definitely had a Kodak camera, Eastman Kodak camera, using Eastman Kodak film for black and white photos, or maybe color if you had the money. And by 55, you could buy on payments from your local Kodak distributor, authorized distributor at Kodak. You could walk into a camera shop and you could buy a brand new Kodak movie camera, an 8mm or 16mm camera that you could take home movies with.
Only weighed 20 pounds.
They were wind-ups. By the late 50s, they worked on batteries. By the mid 50s, they were color film. You would get a cartridge and you would put the cartridge into the camera, slap the thing shut, just like a VCR thing. You'd slap it shut, wind it up, and you had 45 seconds of movies that you could film. 45 seconds. You had 3 lenses on your lens holder that you could adjust to. Super close, further back, or further back. And after 45 seconds, the film would run out. You would then open the camera, take the cartridge out, turn it around, put it back in, slap it shut, and you had another 45 seconds of film. And you now had 1 minute, 30 seconds of total film taking time with your camera, your movie camera. And once that was done, you put that cartridge back in the box that it came in, you put another cartridge in, and you kept filming. Once you were done for your vacation or you got home, you would walk down to your local camera store and drop off the cartridges that you had completed, and they would get them developed for you. And within about a week or so, you would be contacted to come and get it, or you'd be given a date, come and get them next week, Friday. And you would be given a little mini roll, a little tiny spool like this, and you would now buy a Kodak projector, and you would buy a Kodak projector screen. You would buy Kodak lighting in case you needed better lighting for your camera. And you would buy a Kodak edit system where you could take this film and chop it into pieces and re-glue it together to make your own edited home movies. And my father had all this stuff. He had all of this stuff, and I have all of it. I've kept everything that he once had. His camera, his editing machine, his projector, his screen, everything, and all the movies. And you would have 1 minute, 30 seconds of developed film to watch every time you got a cartridge back. And it cost a fortune. It was expensive. The cameras were financeable along with everything else. You could take a loan from your camera store for $5 a month, $10 a month, $6 a month, whatever the deal was, 1 or 2 year deal. And for decades in the 50s and 60s and 70s, people would buy movie cameras that in the 60s had sound. You could now record film with sound. Whoa, mind-blowing, and longer film runs. Oh my God, the technology was incredible. Eastman Kodak, multi-billion-dollar monster, no longer out there. You can't get film developed by Kodak anymore. You have to go elsewhere. Unbelievable. Richard was guessing Xerox. This trivia question is done. This is my favorite day, says Bagel Babe. Walter Young, Polaroid. Eastman Kodak, Playboy magazine. I remember my digital camera that used a 3.5-inch floppy Bobby TV. Henry, Hugh Hefner owner, was a long time ago, Bruce. Bobby, microwave turntable. Jeff Glass, I have fond memories of my grandfather shooting films, family films with her Kodak. Grandmother, she was shooting films with a Kodak 8mm camera. I still have the camera. My gauge, I forgot Kodak was Rochester, New York. Yeah, unbelievable. I have my dad's camera. It's a winder. It still works. Can't buy film for it. Can't develop it anywhere. And I have all the films he made that he edited himself with the editing machine. I also have a kit in a box, 2 feet long, that was his title maker. He was making titles, and he would take his camera and he would shoot a 3-second shot with his film of Christmas 1965, Bay Ridges, Ontario, and he would shoot that for 3 seconds, and then he would move the letters around and put up Easter 1966, wherever, film that for 3 seconds. Then he would take it around, and once a year he would be doing these titles again and again and again. He'd make 10 different titles for all the film he had now. He was editing, and then he would edit in the titles. He would get the film made, develop, get it back. He would chop up the titles, put the titles in between the segments. And so we were watching, oh, this is Christmas 1965. Oh, there's Uncle Bruce, 9-year-old, 10-year-old Uncle Bruce, opening up his presents. There's so-and-so's birthday. There's Uncle so-and-so. There's Grandma whatever from the Christmas or from summertime. And all the years from the 50s, from about 54, 55, all the way till 1968, 9, 70, to about 1970 something, maybe even early 70s, and that was the end of it. And that's the length of time that my dad used his camera and made the films. It's a history of the family, unbelievable. And he traveled Germany with it and Canada with it. Took it to Florida on a vacation one year, and all silent film. It's all silent. My father did, with my mother, sit down, run the film, and did a voiceover, and had it all put on a CD, so that the children we were given a CD of all the home movies on a couple of discs, with mom and dad talking over them what we were looking at. And now that my parents are gone, do I appreciate it? Oh, do I appreciate that? The problem is I have nothing to run the CD in. So now I'm going to have to get that done, digitize it so that I have it elsewhere. Unbelievable. The changes, unbelievable. Bobby, Kodak got really friendly with Nikon. Only way they stayed around another long. They should have. Digital, bad. Wow, bad idea there. Crazy 49er, Kodak saved my life. Some idiot wanted to boom my college. He took photos of his materials and took it to 1 hour photo. Clerk called the cops. Oh my gosh. Oh. Isn't that something? Double D, I have a few of my films my father made of the family back in the late 70s, plus all the gear in working order. I had a friend of mine that I got to know in my 30s who owned 2 1-hour camera centers. And this is in Calgary, and this guy made a fortune. He bought the franchise right at the beginning, Japan Camera, 1-hour camera centers in 2 of the best shopping malls in Calgary. He had the number 3 and number 5 locations in Canada for business. He sold them at the height of the market. He sold both of his franchises to other buyers right at the height of the market, and they ran those stores another 4 years, and then they were shut down. The business died in 5 years. It was unbelievable. My guy got out at the height, at the peak, and cashed out. He must have smelled it coming, and he walked. He did a beautiful job, and I congratulate him for that. Fascinating. Crazy 49ers. Maybe I should give the credit to the clerk. Yeah, the clerk who noticed, what's this? What's with all these bomb-making materials? What's all these photos of the university and the college campus? What's that all about? Kind of weird. Have the bagel. Thank you for joining me for trivia today. This is the kind of trivia I do Monday nights on my other channel, Traveling with Bruce.
This one was made for this channel.
Absolutely. This question was just for you guys, because I knew you'd appreciate it. As viewers,
have a much better chance of knowing it.
Exactly. The Dow 30 Industrials. Jeff Glass, there are a couple of companies that buy film stock from Kodak and cut and perforate it for 8mm, 16mm cameras. There you go. There are still diehards out there, and I'm sure there are ways you can find them and try to take photos on film and try to film cameras and get it developed, but it's not easy to come by. SoFi, 13.15. High of the day, 13.28. 18 million traded. Go SoFi. Dow's up 187. Very good. Oil down 39 cents a barrel. ASTS up 61. Rocket Lab down 15 cents. GameStop's up 23 cents. MSTR up 7.90. AI up 22 cents. Brian says, Uncle Bruce, I am 131 on your thumbs up meter. You can start your day right now. Thank you. I need all the time I can get. I'm way behind. Thank you again for answering my question of the day. 230 of you now have answered the question of the day. And we also have 132 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. Keep those thumbs ups coming in if you can. If you like the trivia, hit the thumbs up button. Stock markets with Bruce. Question of the day. The stock options that I like to write the most are covered calls, cash secured puts, or credit spreads. Those are the three choices. 36% say covered calls, 48% say cash secured puts, and 16% of you like writing credit spreads. Giddy up. Thank you for participating in that and also helping us with thumbs ups today. I thank you very much. 134 and counting on the thumbs up meter. Jeff Glass says 35 millimeter and medium format 120 film is still readily available. I only shoot film other than cell phone snapshots. I used to run, I ran back in about 2003. I had an eBay thing going in the early days of eBay. And I needed to take photos of items that I was trying to sell on eBay. And Jen and I, we'd go to our Costco store here in Rancho Mirage, and we'd walk through the front door. And right in front, the first thing you came up to was a huge pallet of film, Kodak film for 35 millimeter cameras. And you could buy 6 rolls for $9.99 or $7.99. It was super cheap. And I would buy 2 bunches of these things. I get 12 rolls of film because I was taking hundreds of photos a week of lapel pins and keychains and all kinds of stuff I was marketing on eBay at the time. And I had to take photo after photo after photo, and I would get them developed at the Costco store. So, you know, a couple days later, I'd be at Costco. I'd drop off 10 films, 240 photos. They would be developed on discs. And I would be picking up discs. The photos would cost me 20 cents each or whatever it was when it was all said and done. And I'd get the actual photo of the actual photograph, but I would also get the discs with all the photos on it. And that's what I used to pop up images in the eBay advertisement for whatever I was selling. If it's a Pittsburgh Steelers Super Bowl championship lapel pin, which Jen would be very proud of, I'd be offering a photo of the front of the pin, the back of the pin, and doing that. So I was using a Canon camera at the time to take these photos because I happened to have one. But then I bought my first digital camera, 3.2 or 3.8 megapixel camera, which was more than good enough to take pictures of lapel pins. And I didn't have to buy film anymore. I didn't have to get them developed anymore. And the camera, the 35 millimeter, actually started to go on the fritz because mechanically it was running out of the ability to take photos because I had taken thousands and thousands of photos. I had probably taken 5,000 photos with that camera, and it was running, ragged. So I went to a digital, and that was the death of the film camera. Just like that, just like that. Over. It's over. And no longer did I buy film. No longer did I get it developed. No longer did the word Kodak exist anymore. The world changed suddenly. Smart, Charlie. I decided not to push my streak with the Q spreads. I'll wait until after Rugman speaks.
There you go.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Welcome, John Harpster. Charlie, SoFi puts are definitely looking better now. 13.12 on that stock. Brian, if we go down more, I'll be able to close my SMCI covered calls for 50% profit or more. They expire in August. Well done, Brian. You may be able to get out of those and roll into a higher strike contracts, out of the money perhaps. Nice going, buddy. Nice going. Oh, well done. We're up 20 cents on GameStop. We're going for the second half of the bagel here. We're up 121 on the Dow, up 1 point on S&P. We're down 36 on NASDAQ. So the question is, how's Meta doing? Is Meta hanging in there? Let's take a look. Looks like Meta got up to 596, but now back to 590. Are you still folding your arms out there, you guys? Those Meta spreads, how you doing, kids? Did you decide to just kind of hang around and wait? What's the deal? Interesting turnaround. Mm. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the show. 134 gain on the Dow. SoFi, 13.14. Crazy 49er says yes. Meta arms folded, Bruce. I haven't moved. The stock has come all the way back here. Those contracts are worthless, all four of them. Very interesting to watch. 150-point gain on the Dow right now, little improvement. Still down 24 on on NASDAQ, but we're up 5 on S&P. Oil down 39 cents. Headline, Weight Watchers goes bankrupt as offering GLP-1 drugs could cure their debt problems. Very interesting. $13.15 on SoFi, up 42 cents. Giddy up, you guys. Thanks again for finding us today and hanging around. Hope you enjoyed today's trivia question. Can't promise one every day, but that was a little bit of interest for you. Something to break up the day. There we go. Thumbs up meter struggling along here with now 138 thumbs ups. We're not going to get anywhere near 200 today. I don't see that happening. We have 236 voters for the poll question of the day. What options are you writing the most now? 49% say cash secured puts, 36% of you say I'm writing covered calls, and 15% say credit spreads are my preferred choice. Jay Gill, I closed my Qs as well. I closed them because I want to be out of here before you know who talks. Rock and roll. Let Mr. Powell speak. let the market show its hand, then put on a position that dies today. Nice going. My cash secured put for SoFi 13 is still struggling, Uncle B. 1309 on the stock. It's worthless. It's out of the money. Time is your friend. Brian, 1,500 shares of GameStop to write on. Give us a green day. 18 grand in margin. Give me a red day and I will write cash secured puts. I get so many choices. Yeah, well, you can always sell the shares and then just write nothing but cash secured puts. You can write 25s, take in a whack of cash and sit on 1,500 shares worth 26 odd dollars a share in cash plus additional cash to write contracts. Earn interest every day on your money. You decide, my friend. You decide. Markets are turning a bit lower right now. Meta 589, still dropping. SoFi 1306. We've topped out at 1328. The Dow's up 127. It's pulling back. We're down 1.5 on S&P, down 55 on NASDAQ right now. So going negative a little on these markets. Powell's coming up in a few hours. Okay. Right on. Interesting stuff. Delicious. Jen, you did it again. Awesome stuff. Welcome to Wednesday, everybody. It's great to see you today. Nice to see SoFi around $13+ a share. Love to see SoFi go to 14 now. Thank you. Start that non-stop march to greatness. That would be fantastic. Juan, we needed that Philippe's mustard on that bagel, Bruce. I don't know about the horseradish sauce.
I don't think the horseradish was strong enough as it is in the Philippe's.
Yeah, I think Philippe's got a little more of a to it. But it was delicious nonetheless. Well, there you go. Thank you. Thank you all for tolerating me today. I'll be back here at 7 o'clock Eastern tonight for the primetime show for Gold Bagel members of this channel. Come on and join me tonight. Let's talk about what happened today with all of your trades, with the Powell speech, the interest rate decision. How did SoFi end up the day? What kind of positions are you working on for tomorrow? We'll get together tonight, have a chat, and shoot the breeze. How about that? Thank you all so very much for joining us. Brian, I'm sick today. Still drove kid to school, watering the grass. It's going to be 25 in Calgary today. Have a bad head cold today. But you know what? You can write options, and so it's not that bad. Charlie, thanks, Uncle Bruce. Have a great day, everybody. Charlie is going neat. Crazy 49er has joined in here as a new member. Something tells me he may have upgraded. Thank you, my friend. Gold Bagel, yep, he's moved up to the Gold Bagel level. So Crazy 49er, join me tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern. Join the kids and let us know how you did today on your spreads and how those contracts are working for you. Would love to come talk about that. Yeah, he says, I'm an upgrader. I upgraded to gold level. Fantastic. Love to see my Gold Bagel members at 7 o'clock tonight. We'll talk shop and see how you guys did and how it's going and what your next trade is going to be. Let's figure out ways to make all of you richer as option writers. You are casinos. Take the gambler's money. They're handing it to you. Follow the lead of others here and take the dough and say, thank you, sir. May I have another? 13.11 on SoFi, up 38 cents. Go, SoFi, go. Have a wonderful rest of your day out there. Get richer and richer and richer. Jen and I will talk to you next time. Thank you for joining us. We're going to say our goodbyes in 3, in 2, and 1. Bye.